Audio recording now. Timer is on. Light is on. Camera's on. Let's do this. Take, I don't know. Take 1000. Aloha mai kako. This is Brandon Nai with Naihe Designs. Welcome to the show. Um, and welcome to the first show, the first episode of what we're trying to do. And before I tell you what we're trying to do, I'm just gonna tell you guys a little story. Uh, when Naihe Designs first started, uh, it wasn't easy. It was a struggle. Uh, it was a struggle with art because I knew that I wanted to share my art with the world, but uh, deciding how I was going to do that and what art I was going to share, that was a real struggle for me. Now I had all these designs that, they're nice, they're decent, but none of them really popped out, and I was kind of struggling with the concept and everything. And so one day I knew I was going nowhere, and I called one of my friends, and he knows me very well, and so I knew he would be helpful. I called him up. I said, "Hey, I'm struggling with this, with these designs. I don't even know if I should create nine designs anymore." And he told me something that really stuck with me, and something that uh, would stick with me, till today. He told me, "Brandon, you don't sell designs. You don't sell art." And I was like, "What?" I said, "What I'm doing?" And he said, "No, you tell stories." And the second he said that, I my mind was blown. I was like, "Damn, that's exactly what I needed to hear." And so after that, and I took what he said, applied it to my designs, chose certain stories, and I created designs based off of uh, the stories that I chose. And that is what created Naihe Designs. Later down the road, after a few drops, things were going good, and I kind of hit a wall. I just didn't know what to do next and how to move forward. Uh, I kind of got lost, struggling with more designs, struggling with stories. I knew, I kind of knew the stories I wanted to share. I just didn't know how to go about it. And that's when my girlfriend Precious, she reminded me. She said, "Babe, you gotta focus on the story. You're focusing too much on the how, and you're not even focusing on the what. You don't even know what you're doing." And it hurt. It did. But um, she that's what she's there for. She's there to remind me, not what I want to do, but what I need to do. And so here we are. We created this show so that we could better tell the stories. Um, um, and when you watch this show, you can expect two things. Okay, you can expect a story, but you can also expect a lesson from that story. And I'll even throw in a third one. You learn a lesson from the story and how to apply it to your daily life. You know, and that's what I hope to share. And it won't just be my stories. Um, it'll be stories from friends. It'll be stories from back home, Mo'olelo, ancient Hawaiian stories, stories from other indigenous cultures, stories from uh, all throughout history, stories with lessons that we can learn from, and that's my hope with this. Can I use this as a way to help share stories that might help somebody else? And if it works, then I'll keep going. And if it doesn't work, hey, I tried, But that's the goal, that's the expectations, I was setting for myself, and I hope you guys like it. So, with all that being said, I'm gonna tell you one story. Okay, the first story, and it's a story that explains why I like stories. In fact, I didn't even know that this was this was the reason why until about 30 minutes ago, when I asked myself, why do I like stories? Why do I like telling stories? And I'm gonna share it right now. When we were kids, me and my siblings, um, very young, I think my older brother, he had to be like, oh, pretty much our entire childhood, until I was 10 years old. Every night, we'd all get our pillows and blankets, and we'd lay it down on the floor, and we'd um, lay down, and my mom would sit next to us as we laid down. We put our pillow down and put our head on our pillow, and then she'd tell all of us, okay, close your eyes. Mommy tell you guys a story. And she would tell us a story about her childhood, growing up with her siblings, and how her parents raised her. And she made it funny, and she got us all entertained. We were supposed to have our eyes closed, but we start giggling and laughing at her stories. And she's just an awesome storyteller. And you just couldn't help but like just focus on the story. And you feel like you lived her life after hearing so many stories. But without knowing it, the moments she made when she told the stories, that moment of all of us as a family in the living room, her entertaining us with nothing but her voice, entertaining us with nothing but her life, stories that she had to share. It was awesome, and every story had a lesson, and every lesson we took with us the next day to school, and um, I think that really guided my view of stories. That guided me, and it it's really something that I carried with myself all throughout my life without even knowing it. And so that's why I love stories. That's why I love sharing stories, because that's what my mom did for us. And I hope I get to do the same thing for all of you guys. I hope I get to make people laugh. I hope I get to inspire people. I hope I get to share lessons with everybody. So that's all I got for this episode. And if you're wondering what the name of this show it is not Naihe Designs podcast or anything. I thought that might have been too much. So to be honest, I don't really have a name for this. I have an idea of a name. Maybe I'll share it later. Maybe you'll see it on the next post. But until then, what you do know, what you can expect from watching this show is, or watching or listening, you could just be listening. It is podcast. You're gonna hear a story, you're gonna learn a lesson, and you're gonna learn how you can apply that lesson to your daily life. With all that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Aloha mai kako. Have a good night. Ahuyo. Okay. Oh, that's another 10 minutes. Right on. That was like take number 1,000. I hope that went good. I hope the audio was good.